That's just not any normal bumper music. That's more fun. It is Indiana in the Morning. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. That's the IUP Jazz Ensemble, number called First Flight. In the studio with us this morning here on Indiana in the Morning, Jim Flowers, Kevin Eisensmith, as we talk about something that has it's gone on for a very long time. This IUP Jazz Festival, hasn't it?
Since 2000.
2000. So this is the 25th anniversary?
Exactly.
Wow. See my math? I went to IUP.
That was very good.
Our visit this morning is presented by Marcus and Mack, voted best law firm and best personal injury lawyer 3 years in a row, and the best of Indiana County contests. You can visit them online at marcusandmack.com. This is a long-time event at IUP, and this particular CD that you just handed to me, is this available publicly?
It's not. We produced it several years ago as a giveaway to prospective students, to alumni, to band directors in the area. We produced 3 CDs during my time at IUP, but no, we never sold them publicly because of the copyright for the arrangements and stuff like that.
Yeah, so this is a rare piece that I'm holding in my hands.
It is indeed. There aren't many left.
Not publicly available. Nice. Well, let's talk about the event coming up this weekend, because that's the really important thing. IUP Jazz will be honoring Brothers in Tribute for the 25th Annual Jazz Festival concert. What does that mean?
Well, one of the things that I wanted to do was honor Ralph and John Morris. Ralph passed away last year and left the jazz bands a sizable endowment, so I want to make sure that I recognize him. And then his brother John contributed a lot to jazz in the area, especially the Johnstown area in particular, but he also taught some at IUP. Through Ralph, we ended up with John's library of compositions, almost 200 that he wrote, that he had used with the Johnstown Jazz Workshop band for many years. So I'm just excited to be able to feature the music of him and bring back some of those guys that played with that band.
I'm sure that that's a great opportunity to explore for you that's going to last for a good long time, that many pieces.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
and he was a really great writer, too.
So you've been doing that, and you've decided what you're going to use this weekend in the event coming up. It's Saturday?
It's Saturday, 7:30 in Fisher Auditorium.
Wow. So tell me about the group that you've brought together here for this.
Well, both jazz bands are going to play. We auditioned in the fall and had a little bit of personnel shift at the beginning of the spring semester. So mostly music education majors, but there's also some non-majors too that are going to be playing. And then we've got some featured people that we're bringing in too. Paul Murtha, who studied composition with John Morris and really got his start with John. He was the chief arranger for the Pershing Zone for many years, and he's a trumpet player too, so he's going to be playing some trumpet with us, and we're going to be playing one of his compositions. And then Mike Bodolowski, also from the area, did his undergrad here as well, and master's degree too. Taught around Johnstown for many years, and was integral to the jazz scene there, and also played drums for the Johnstown Jazz Workshop for many years. So he knew John and Ralph very well.
Yeah. Kevin, you're just nodding your head at all this because I think you can. The music's going through your head as you're thinking of this, isn't it?
And also a lot of memories. A lot of these people I knew, and those who are still around, I still perform with Mike Bodolowski and his big band, which is kind of the next generation Johnstown Jazz Workshop. Probably 2/3 of the members of that band are IUP alumni. And so there's just a lot of great history, as Jim said, a lot of great memories, and a lot of great music.
25 years of these concerts, and the musical memories probably come floating back to you quite often. I'm sure that there have been highlights, though, that really stand out for you from all of these years of listening to these concerts and performing in them?
Probably the first one in 2000. I had taught in Kentucky for 8 years before coming to IUP. And right up the road was a wonderful trumpet player named Vince DiMartino, who taught at the University of Kentucky. I wanted to use him for my jazz festivals, but the chair of the music department where I was teaching then didn't want to bring him in because he was, in quotes, the enemy. He taught at a rival school. And so when Keith Young, who also came to IUP in 98, and I developed the idea of a jazz festival, I said the first person we need to bring in is Vince DiMartino, because I've never had the chance to have him work with one of my jazz bands. So that concert is memorable. For me, one of my heroes, one of my idols as a trumpet player is Marvin Stamm, who played with the Beatles, who played with the Kenton Band, who at one point was the top New York studio trumpet player. Bringing him to IUP twice over the years, another highlight. So, yeah, there are a lot of great memories.
Yeah, I'm sure they stand out. And maybe even as you have listened, I don't know if you've been able to hear some of what Jim has been doing with this year's group. Some of those are sort of reminiscent, some of the pieces that are going on of what you've heard from some of those great heroes of the past, too.
Actually, I'm going to hear the band this afternoon. I'm the test audience for them this afternoon. And I'm going to get a chance to hear them play, so I'm looking forward to that very much.
Pressure's on, Jim.
Yeah.
We can talk about Saturday night's audience, and there will be more of them there. But when this guy's out there listening, you guys, you're going to have to be on the top right from the start, huh?
Absolutely. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. As you've been putting this concert together, though, I'm always interested in the construction of the concert itself. What piece do you want to have next to the piece before? And how do you build that so that you're getting the sound? Do you want it to be something that is, maybe one piece is jarring after something else that is soft? Do they collide? Do they complement? Putting that together has to be a great process.
Yeah, and in fact, that's a lot of the fun of it too. Just trying to make sure that not only that we provide a good program for the audience, but we provide a good learning experience for the students, so that they're exposed to a lot of different styles, Latin, swing, ballads. I've even got a couple of vocal tunes on, so that the band can learn how to accompany a vocalist and make sure they're listening that way. So I try to give the audience a journey of tempos and rhythmic feels, and maybe even dissonance, depending on what era we're drawing from. So I would say all those different styles.
Yeah, and I'm sure that there are some points where a piece picks up, and even the band members, they find a new energy level. It's like, we've been looking forward to playing this one all night long, and boom, now it's here, let's hit it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That happens?
Especially if you have a ballad and then lead off with something like that. That really ups the level of excitement.
Yeah. Yeah. As you've been putting this program together, is there a number or two that has actually surprised you, the way that it sounds?
Yeah, well, one of the arrangements that Paul Murtha is going to play with us is a Bob Brookmeyer arrangement of Willow Weep for Me, that has some pretty intense dissonances, but then whenever we get to the melody, the resolution of all that is really beautiful. And some of the woodwind players have to double a little bit too on some flute and clarinet, so that's always exciting for them.
Yeah. Jazz as a genre, of course, is something that for some people, I don't get that. It doesn't hit my ear the way that obviously it hits that guy over there. He's listening, and I could see that this is making sense to him. To me, it doesn't. And to be able to put on a concert where people will hear what you want them to hear, but also maybe explore in their own minds that, oh my goodness, there's something that I hadn't even considered musically. That has to be an interesting process as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. One of the things that I try to draw from is the broad history of big bands. So I make sure that they're also learning some some of the tradition too. So there's some Count Basie and Duke Ellington. We make sure that we address those things. That way, the people are playing stuff that are more generally heard, like a tune that everybody knows is "Take the A Train." Generally, even still, and if they're exposed to that next to something new, that can make the something new a little bit more palatable.
Yeah. Kevin, let's talk a little bit about the musicianship of the IUP music programs. Down through the years, of course, some wonderful musicians have come out of IUP. We still see them performing around our area. Fortunately, a lot of that talent has stayed right here at home, but it really is a high caliber, isn't it?
It's amazing. I can go lots of different places around the world and say IUP, and they immediately know what that means. Musicians are aware of IUP and the history that really started with Charlie Davis in the 1950s and Dan DeSico in the 70s and 80s, and Jack Stamp as the director of bands for 25 years. Sam Laboda, who was the commanding officer of Pershing's Own when Kennedy was assassinated, is an alumni of IUP. People go to the movies and hear Close Encounters of the Third Kind and the tuba part and don't know that that's Jim Self, who's an IUP alum. They're everywhere. And people have come to know that IUP and high music standards are one and the same. And I think we try very hard, or they, since I'm retired, try very hard to maintain and continue that tradition. What's great is those people are all loyal to the university and come back and support it. It's just a joy for me, being an alum myself, to have been able to teach here for 24 years and to continue to support the program and to see how it continues to grow.
Gentlemen, we're out of time this morning, but ticket information for the event on Saturday night?
Out the door?
Free admission.
Free admission.
Yeah.
All right. That's an easy ticket price.
There you go.
I'm liking that. Concert time is what?
7:30.
7:30, Fisher Auditorium. What a night it will be at IUP coming up on Saturday, the 25th Annual IUP Jazz Festival. Gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. 9:26 in the morning. Boomer Sports next.